Hi everyone, welcome to another video in the series of building a AI agent from scratch. So in the last video we saw that when we asked a agent question to do a multiplication operation and the agent had the calculator tools definition, it came back with an answer of tool call. And in this video we'll complete the loop by actually calling the tool and feeding the tool call response back to the LLM. So this is the high level flow that the user sends a question along with the tool definition to the model. That's the entire context the model has. And then the model figures out that, okay, in order to perform the answer this question, it first needs to do a tool call. And it comes back with a instruction to run the tool with the correct parameters and the tool name. Now it's up to the agent or the orchestrator to execute the tool correctly and feed the response back to the LLM again. And then it's up to the LLM that is the response good enough to answer the original question or it should make any other tool call. And if it's enough, then it just comes back with the answer. And that's essentially the entire agent flow. You just keep running the loop until the agent comes with an answer or actually no tool call in the response. So that's a cue for us to consider that agent is done. So here is a sample code. The first thing is we have a message array where the first role is user and then the content. You can also have a system role in the first index, but in this case we don't really need a system prompt. So we ask the question from the LLM and then push the message in the message list, and we check if it's a tool call. Then we figure out the first tool, and since in this case we already know that this is going to be a calculator because that's the only tool definition we have given to our LLM, so we simply call it here. But in a real program this should be a dynamic tool call based on the name of tool and the parameters. Alright, the response we get back from the LLM from the tool call, the orchestrator will manually create a synthetic message in the message list with a role of tool and then the tool name and the actual content from the result. And then we feed the entire history to the LLM. So at this point LLM has the original question, the request by the LLM to execute a tool, and then the response from the original tool. And based on it LLM can figure out that, okay, it has the final answer and it will simply spit out the answer. Alright, so that's the entire code in the execute tool JavaScript file, and let's execute it. So that's the first question we sent to the model. And then model asked to do this calculation. We ran the function and that's the response. We then handed over this message to the LLM again, and then the LLM came back with the answer that the final answer of multiplying 1 2 3 4 by 6 5 6 7 8 is this. And this time the message is actually grounded in a tool execution and not a number guessed by the LLM itself, so we can rely on this number to be correct. And that's all. Thank you.